right, good morning. Still a few little things I have to get used to doing as we're starting. This is only the third week that I've been doing this free live stream class here in the Way Opens Wellness YouTube channel. So welcome to those of you who are here live. If you are new to the practice, just follow along. And if you are using the recording, I'd love for you to leave a comment in the threads after you're done. Tell me what worked, what didn't work, any questions you might have. Although this time is really just to practice the form and then to end with a brief guided meditation. I'm interested in your questions about the practice. And it's also for people who can't afford to pay for a class card and come to the Monday and Wednesday classes. This is an opportunity. If $10 or $15 or $12.50 or whatever the range is there is too much for you, please make a donation of any size at any time. There will be information in the completed video once we're done, and each video is listed under the Qigong playlist here in the Way Opens channel on YouTube. And so even if you can't come live on Fridays at 9:30, you're welcome to use the videos that are stored here at the Way Opens Wellness channel. In order to comment and access most of the videos, you do need to be a subscriber. I hope that you would be anyway, because there's a lot of information on videos that are available. And I do list links to special videos that are just for subscribers and that are just for particular types of subscribers. So go ahead and sign up. You'll get a notification when new videos are posted if you want that notification, or you can turn it off. So here we are. And we always begin by establishing a balanced stance and start with arm swinging. So we will begin with our usual warm up, opening the joints from head to toe. And the stance that we want when we practice, and actually most of the time in your life, this is a good way to stand with your feet below your hip joints. Not your hip bones up here, way out on the outside, not here, but actually right under your hip joints. And if you can stand parallel, that'd be great. You might want to look down at your feet and see, if they're really turned out or if you're pigeon-toed. See if your toes can just be going more or less straight forward. And this arm swinging should be so easy and hopefully enjoyable, opening up the upper back and chest. So easy that we could do this for the full hour and not get tired. We are going to do something else besides this, but my instructors all say that really keep it easy. And this is a good way to set the tone for your practice time. Simple and direct and aware. This is what we want to cultivate. Relaxed yet alert. This is meditation in motion. And so we want to be centered, balanced, present, and keep it simple and easy. We're not pushing, we're not efforting, only the amount of effort that's necessary to stay present and allow the chi to flow and move through the body. So really, this is not like aerobic exercise, or we're not pushing ourselves. We're not leaning into anything. We're showing up. We're doing some simple movements, paying attention to our breath, and seeing if that's where we can be resting our attention for the next several minutes. Staying with the senses of the body. Right? Really feeling the motion right now, even as you're swinging your arms. We could actually make a whole meditation out of this. Feeling the motion in the shoulder joints, feeling air against hands and arms, Maybe you're feeling a little bit of a bounce in your knees. I hope you are. That means your knees are unlocked. If they're locked, if you're really bracing yourself through your legs, see how much you can relax without it being collapsing. But can we open the joints and allow the chi to flow more easily? Allow all the movable parts of the body to be involved in whatever we're doing. Good. And so we can let this arm swinging kind of come to a close. And then we'll begin spiraling, thinking about letting the arms be really floppy. And as you pick up momentum with this spiraling, your arms are going to flop against the body just from the momentum of moving. Let the arms be like a rag doll. Very, very soft, floppy. And that little bit of tapping against the body is stimulating some important points. A couple of places in the body where the rivers of energy meet and flow. We're stimulating these points. Good, and we're going to let this begin to slow down and come to stillness. Then we'll start here with the uppermost joint in the body, which is, I'm putting my fingers in my ears because this is the level, this is how high up your spine comes, to about your cheekbones. It's really right behind the soft palate of your mouth on the inside. This is where your head sits on top of your spine. And we're going to start by opening that uppermost joint and then all of the neck with some neck rolls. So we're going to inhale and then exhale, let the head drop forward. And just leave it there for a couple of breaths. Feel that stretch in the back of the neck. You've got a 10 or 12 pound weight hanging forward now. It's pretty heavy, the head. Good. On your next inhalation, bringing the right ear toward the right shoulder and then back. Breathe out as you come over to the left and forward again. So we're breathing in and out as we do these neck rolls, letting the weight of the head open up the cervical spine, the part of the spine we call the neck, and the throat, and the jaw. So it can be especially nice when the head is hanging back. Let the jaw go. Good. Go the other way now. We'll inhale over to the left, exhale over to the right. Good. Interlacing the fingers, hanging the hands over the back of the head. Feel that stretch. Good. And exhale. Continue moving the head forward and down toward the feet. We're going to do a spinal forward roll. And ideally, you're coming all the way over to hang over at the hips. It's fine to bend the knees. You don't have to keep your legs straight unless you want, a real hamstring stretch. But we're really just letting the upper body hang forward. Take in some breaths, shake things out. If you want, you can swing side to side. But mostly, we're just letting gravity drain all the holding out of the body. Upper body. And on your next inhalation, we'll breathe in and begin
Lengthening up the spine, so starting away here at the bottom, then very, very, very slowly take your time and allow this lengthening up of the spine. So even though your spine is shaped like an S, we're going to let that S shape lengthen, get longer. Think about it coming up to the top of the head, as though there is some light shining out the top of your head. We don't need to pull up and stand real stiff, but we do want to be thinking. We want to be sending chi, allowing chi to flow upward. Where the mind is, that's where the chi will be. So keeping lengthening and alignment in mind. As we begin our shoulder rolls. And so this is similar to the neck rolls. We're going to breathe in, we're going to breathe out. Just finding that rotation as though your shoulder blades and your collarbones are giving your ribs a massage. This is shifting up and back and down. Feel that full range. And you might be aware, as I am, of a different sensation on the left than on the right. The story of my left shoulder is different than the story of my right shoulder. And so the sensations might be a little different on each side. Just letting yourself be aware of that. And then we're going to change direction. We're going to inhale back and up, exhale forward and down. Just simply linking your breathing to your movement. Last one. And letting the shoulders come to rest, nice and wide. Then we're going to cross at the wrists and throw the arms back and away, behind and away. Changing which hand is on top each time. This keeps it more interesting. And it gives you something to pay attention to, keeps the mind from wandering. See if you can stay with this feeling of throwing away the tension in the arms, especially the elbows. You might feel a nice little opening across the chest. Just noticing what feels good. Right? Good, good. Let that come to a stillness. Just take a moment to feel the shoulders, the arms, the upper back. And we'll focus on wrists now. Doing wrist rolls. Just rolling your wrists on each other and then change direction. You might notice one direction feels easier or more natural to you than the other. Good. And all the joints of the fingers opening and closing. And as we open and close the finger joints, let's inhale and reach up, come up on the toes. Exhale, come back down. So we're breathing in. Still opening and closing here, keeping this all about the hands, but this just gives us another opportunity to open, maybe stretch out a little, lift up. One more time this morning. Although I don't know what time of day it is where you are, but there's never a bad time of day to shake out the tension in your hands. So just take a moment to shake your hands. Good. All right. Now then, we've gotten everything up to the point of the ribs. So I'm going to show this from the side because it's a little easier to feel. This isn't a movement that you really see isolated very often in most movement programs. So you can put a hand here if that's easier. On an inhale, lifting the sternum, the chest, breastbone up toward the ceiling. On an exhale, then curving forward the opposite direction.
This is sort of like a cat and cow, a standing cat and cow, if those of you who do yoga are familiar with that. But we're focusing just on the thoracic spine, the part of the spine that's connected to your ribs. And this is going to open up all the joints of the ribs. Each pair of ribs, 12 pair of ribs in most people, connected to the sides of the spine. Big round lattice work like a basket that encases lungs, heart, other important organs. So we just want to get this rib cage freed up. We carry a lot of tension here, a lot of fixity. It really hurts breathing when the ribs can't move. And since this form is all about the breath, it really is mostly about breath and chi, we want to keep those ribs free. So, just kind of reaching out with the sides here, opening up the ribs. Yeah, good. Just do your best if this feels like a kind of a foreign experience to be moving through your ribs like that. If you'd like to warm up your hands, you can. We're going to give our lower backs a little bit of massage, so that space between the pelvis and the bottom of your rib cage, just a little bit of rubbing as firmly or gently as you need right now. This is a place where people feel discomfort sometimes. Upon waking or after sitting for a while, or if you lift something, you can strain your lower back. So if you lift improperly, so really give it a little TLC today. Then we're going to pound out some of the tension in the buttocks muscles. So soft fists, but a little bit of what massage therapists call depotement. We're going to do a little bit of pounding. Kind but firm with yourself here. These are big, strong muscles. They need a little bit of pounding, actually, to let go, to free up, to break up some of the holding that goes on. So we'll bring those fists around to the front now. And either fists or open hands, you're going to slap down the fronts of the legs. Up the sides, down the insides, and up the backs. Good. Woo! Good. A little bit of pounding kind of wakes everything up. It's going to make it easier for the legs to support us as we start pelvic rotations now. I'm putting my hands on my hips because this can feel stable for some people as they do this move. Just don't be lifting your shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. If your arms are akimbo like this, you can have them out to the sides, or you can just let them hang, relaxed. We are tuning into seeing, like we did with the ribs, seeing if we can just isolate the pelvis in making these circles. And you'll feel both the pelvis moving, but also you'll feel the weight shifting in the soles of your feet. So you can bring attention to that. You'll notice that you do need to keep your knees bent in order to do this move. This does not work very well with locked knees. So freeing up the hips, the knees, the ankles. If you haven't changed direction yet, this is a good time to do it. Go the other way. And breathe. Good. Move your pelvis and hips any way that feels good right now. Then we're going to move on to the knees. So we'll bring, this is the one time I'll say bring your feet close together, bend the knees, give them a little bit of rub, a little bit of TLC, and then we'll just do some gentle circles here through the knees. Receiving your own good touch right over the knees. Go both ways. Good. Kindness to these joints that often bother us, especially as we age. And so now if you need to grab onto anything, if you need a chair or something to stabilize your balance, anything you need to, you can hold on to as we extend one foot and begin ankle movements. So we're going to point and flex the foot. And we're going to do circles in both directions. This is a wonderful thing to do, especially if you find yourself in a really long, boring Zoom meeting or something. No one can see you doing it. Do some ankle movements. Maybe not this one, though. This is the bicycle. This is moving the ankles, the knees, and the hips together, which they love. They love working together, the joints, these major joints of our legs. You'd be surprised how many of us are not using them. Good, so bicycle, and then free movement for the leg. Just feel where the leg would like to go. Place it back down again. And extending the other foot, point and flex. Let's find a touchdown. Should have said that earlier. Circles, maybe 4, 5, 6 or so in each direction. Just the ankle if you can, and then the bicycle, this pedaling motion. Good, a little free movement for the legs, swing, kick, whatever feels good. All right. So now we've opened all the joints. I am just going to make a little camera adjustment here. Here we go. We've opened all the joints of the body, the major joints from head to toe. Coming back to that stance, this is home base. So wherever you might find yourself in this practice, if it becomes overwhelming or if there's any of the 18 moves that you can't do or that don't feel good to do, you should not be feeling pain or strain. There might be some effort in terms of reaching or turning, the effort to stay present. But really, this is a very soft, healing form that does not require strain or a lot of stretching, certainly no holding. It's all about flow and balance. So at any time during the form, if you get lost or overwhelmed or you have to sit one of the moves out because you physically can't do it, you can come back to this home base. Just this basic stance of feet under hips, knees soft and unlocked, hands right here at Dantian, at center of gravity in the body, center of energy in the body. Hands are right over the basic location for Dantian, for the center. Behind the hands, imagining a ball of energy, a little sphere like the sun or a pearl. We're going to take 3 full breaths in, and with every breath, imagining polishing that pearl or brightening that sun right behind your hands. So 3 long breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth on a sigh. Good. Now letting the breath return to normal. It is fall. I have fall allergies, and just a little warning. I know this happened last week. This form does tend to open one's sinuses. It opens everything up. So you may hear me coughing with a little postnasal release. Sorry about that. That might be happening for you too. This is the way things have come to be for me for now. Good. So letting the breath return to normal. Now we're going to be following the movements. Will follow our breathing. So choosing to breathe in, we can begin raising the chi. We're inhaling, exhaling. Fuller, slower breaths than you're used to taking, but not a lot of work. Again, not straining, not efforting. So if you start to feel dizzy, then pull it back a little. It doesn't have to be huge breaths, but possibly allowing a little bit more slow breathing in, breathing out. Raising the chi. Sorry. This move is also called mist rising off the lake. So with that level of lightness, like mist. Good. This moves right into opening the heart to what is. We're exhaling as we bring the palms together and then down toward the earth. Inhaling, again, rising up, but then opening away. Bringing the energy up from the earth below. And then back down again. Good. Inhaling the palms up overhead, facing each other. Breathing out as we curve to the side. Inhaling again back to center, looking between the hands and then breathing out, going the other direction. Inhaling back to center, exhaling to the side. This is swinging the rainbow. We want to be aware of the full arc that the hands are making with the chi between them. And awareness of the base of support right in the middle of the pelvis, dantian. Good. As you exhale, coming over into a squat, crossing at the wrists. Inhale as you come up and palms toward the sky on the exhale. This is parting the clouds. We're breathing in and we're breathing out.
as we part the clouds. Good. On your next out breath, pause here in the T. And we're going to begin spiraling with the arms outstretched. Floating silk through the air. Remember that the turn begins down here. Even though we've got arms outstretched, the turning is in the pelvis, the base of the spine, right? The whole spine spiraling from head to tail. And so without the arms, it would look like this. Just be sure not to just be waving your arms around through space, right? We are shifting from center always. Remember, this is home base. Good. Last one. Coming back to center now. We're going to inhale the hands back and up overhead. Exhale, coming forward. This is rowing across the big lake. As you exhale, bending at the knees. Almost like you're trying to sit down in a boat, right? So we're not falling forward. Let's look at this from the side. We're not doing this, curling forward. We're inhaling, bringing the hands up, and then legs are bending. That's what brings us down a little bit. So we're trying to stay long through the spine, even as we move the hands in this rowing motion. Great. Coming back to center. You're going to inhale into raising the sun. Exhale, palm comes down. Breathing in, lifting palm, and then exhaling, bringing it down. We're also lifting the heel. So hand and heel lift, exhale, and they come down. Good. This easily moves into gazing at the moon, which is the same basic move, only with both hands, palms facing each other, and the feet stay on the ground. No heel lifting on this one. So we're breathing in, we're breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And what's between the hands, you might ask?
Good. Once more on each side, breathing in. Playing with chi, playing with this life force energy in what we do. What's between the hands? Chi. Okay. We're going to inhale, bring one hand back. Exhale, push out at about a 45-degree angle. Then we're going to turn, grab, inhale, bring that fist back. This is gathering lotus leaves. So you can gather whatever you want. If you want to imagine that you're exhaling, pushing out, and grabbing some beautiful leaves from a lotus plant, you can do that. You could breathe out, push forward, turn, and grab something else that you prefer. Something in nature would be a wonderful thing to think of, but it could also be abstract. Like, I want to grab me some joy today, if I can find some. Pushing out, bringing home. Exhale. Bring it back on the inhale. Notice that the same side that you're pushing your hand out with, that leg is bending, that knee is bending, bringing you down just a little. So be careful not to fall forward as you push. You're really going to stay on top of yourself. Nice. Pushing out. Coming back. Now we're going to inhale the palm up in front of the hand, in front of the eyes, and exhale as we spiral again. Inhale as you bring the next hand up, spiral over the other way, breathing out. Inhaling. Exhaling. You're really looking at your own hand now. This is what's in front of your eyes. Follow it. This one's called waving at clouds. So your hand could be the cloud, or it could be the thing that's waving. Again, we're spiraling from center all the way down here. We're not just waving our hands about. We're really spiraling from our home base. Dantian. Good, let's come back to center now. Gonna inhale, exhale, step forward, just a normal step forward. Scoop the ocean. Inhale, leaning on the back foot, and look at the sky. Scooping the ocean, looking at the sky. Exhale as you lunge forward. Inhale as you lean back and look up. Harmonizing the energy of the earth and the energy of the heavens. Balancing between what's below and what's above. Good, last one, whatever side you're on. As you inhale and lean back, breathe out, bring that front foot back. Take another breath in, step out on the other side on the exhale and repeat. Again, like the shoulders and arms, you may notice a difference in range of motion or the kinds of sensations from one side to the other. One benefit of Qigong practice is it makes us more sensitive to the present moment experience of being embodied. We slow down, do these simple, healthy, wholesome moves. We learn something about our bodies and our minds. We're not so caught up in the future or the past or our delusions. that we don't notice, how it feels to shift the weight simply from the front foot to the back foot. The sensation of our legs supporting us. Good. On your next exhalation, bring that front foot back. Going to inhale the palms forward at shoulder height. Exhale, same thing with the legs. We're just pushing out on the exhale and inhaling as we lean back. So the legs are doing exactly the same thing. This is just pushing the waves of chi. Breathing out. Breathing in. So the arms are making a circle, kind of, right? As they come forward on the exhale, and then on the inhale, they come back and down. Once more on this side, breathing out. Inhale, leaning on the back foot, then breathe in, bring that front foot back, step out, repeat on the other side. As you lunge forward, you might want to check to make sure that your knee is pointing the same direction as your toes. So you don't want your toes kind of splayed out to the side and your knee folding and going toward the midline. See if you can align your knee with your foot. See how that feels different if you've made a change there. Once more on this side. Big breath in. Push the waves. Good. Inhale, come back. Now we're going to do one more lungy move. Again, this time we're going to step out as we breathe out, making a circle with the arms and hands. Inhale, bring the palms toward the heart. This is flying dove spreads its wings. Take your time with these moves. See if you can savor just the sensation of shifting weight from the back foot to the front foot. See if you can feel that steady rhythm of balance there. Good. Inhale, bring the hands back, bring the front foot back. Exhale, step out on the other side. Same thing. You might not want to be a flying dove. You could be a flying anything. Once more. Exhaling as we come forward. Inhaling as we bring it back to the heart. Now loose fists at about hip bone height. We're going to exhale the fist forward, turn it, inhale, bring it back. Repeat on the other side. Breathing out, turn, breathe in. This is dragon emerging from the sea. Very simple, very easy to add extras. We're just coming straight out from the shoulder and then home again. Once more on each side. Great, let's widen our stance as we inhale into flying wild goose. And then exhale as we kind of semi-squat or a little plie, if some of you are familiar with ballet. Coming straight down. Inhaling up, coming down. Backs of the hands touch, and we exhale back down. Feeling the support of the heels as you come back down. And one more time, lifting up onto the toes, and then letting the feet and heels in particular settle back down. Come back here. And we're going to inhale palms upward, exhale palms downward in this circle called the windmill. Chi from above, mingling with chi from below. And let's change direction. Now we're going the other way, but we're still inhaling as we come up, exhaling as we come down. Good, letting the hands come back to the sides again. Take a moment to find your stable base as we begin to inhale into walking through the tall grass. So opposite hand and foot, lifting on the inhale, releasing back down on the exhale. Focus is on the palm of the hand, the sole of the foot. And just noticing whatever thoughts might be arising as you practice this move, which can be a challenge for some people. So you might hear a little criticism or a little concern if you feel unbalanced. And just notice that and see if you can step back a little bit and appreciate that no matter how it's going, here you are showing up, doing the move. Do it to the best of your ability and let that be good enough. One more on each side. Let's breathe in and out. In, out. The final move, gathering the fragrance of the earth. And we'll end the way we began, standing at home base. Right here with ourselves, right here with our hands touching into Dantian. And let's send that chi around through the abdomen, keeping the hands right on the belly, making bigger and bigger circles. We're not only spreading the chi, we're getting comfortable with however it is in the belly right now. Good, let's go the other way. Big circles. And then make them smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So they come right here over Dantian. I'm going to spread that chi horizontally across the pelvis. So here in back, the back of my hand is brushing against my sacrum, back of the pelvis, base of the spine, sacrum. It's a sacred triangle. It really is. Good. And then opposite shoulder and hip. This is encouraging a little flow through the lymph system. This is connecting chi energy to the lymph system. And we're doing this on the front side of the body because that's where our hands can reach. But please remember that it's not just on the surface, it's deep within. And there's the back side. You know, every energy center, the chakras that you may know about, you know, they always show them going up the front side of the body. You know, there's points in back too. They're centered in the body. It's just that we're very front oriented. So remember when you're doing something like this, or even if you're just using your own touch in the middle of the day to check in and recontact, you know, center, Dantian. It's a great practice to pause every now and then and just be like, hello, you know, hi life center. To set things down, it's good, but just remember, it's in the back, it's in the middle, it's through the three-dimensional you. So we're going to bring the left hand out now to be the moon. Let's call this the moon. We'll make a fist on the right, call it the sun, and we're going to bring the sun and the moon together in a salute and a bow. Namaste. Thank you for your Qigong practice today. We have run a little over. I can see by the time we only have time for about a 5-minute meditation, and that's fine. I'm just going to move my meditation cushion over. And you can take a seat or remain standing. Sometimes it's nice to do a standing meditation. So it's up to you. But we'll just sit for the next, I would say, 5 minutes or so. I'm not sure if this is getting picked up on the live stream or not. I'm going to ring the bell again. If you can hear the reverberations, just want you to think about breathing and moving qi and qigong. Each breath, each flow, each moment of energy has the same structure that this sound has. It begins quietly, it reverberates like dropping a rock in water. I can faintly hear, but you may not be able to. And just see as we settle in how this practice is reverberating with you. You can gently close your eyes if that's helpful, or just adopt a soft gaze so that we're tuning in more specifically now to this body sitting and the sensations of energy in the body, the sensations of breathing, notice how you're feeling after Qigong practice.
Relaxed yet alert. At ease and yet energized. Tuning in to the support of the earth below. Feeling how the body is supported by gravity. The solid ground beneath. See if you can accept that support even more completely. Letting go and trusting gravity to hold you, support you. From that stable base, sensing the upward flow through the middle of the body, along the spinal column, all the way up to the crown of the head. Just the amount of effort necessary to stay upright, without strain, without pulling, without needing to hold a shape, but rather tuning into that natural upward flow. This is how the body is meant to be in alignment. And accessing that contact with the energy above, through the top of the head, through the upper parts of the body. Connected to the vast open space above, connected to the secure, grounded energy below. And what's right in the middle of that? The heart, the gut. Bringing the energy of Qigong practice and our intention to stay connected to earth and sky right here in the middle, in the heart center, and in the wise gut, which we now know contains all sorts of nerve endings constantly processing information. Right here in the middle. So as we bring this time of practice to a close, perhaps setting an intention for the rest of the day to pause every now and then, connect into the energy below and the energy above, and see how they meet right here in the body, in the middle. Thank you for your practice today. I wish you well. See you next time.